Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Dun, 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 dun. What up, guys? I hope everyone is doing well and based. Well and based. All good things. Might look at some browser stuff. Like how browsers work. And maybe why it's important. Browsers are kind of browser wars, I guess, are a hot topic. But I will continue building the data center. Again, Proxmox, super important. Probably, I think everyone should get a Proxmox server. I know there's some love and enjoyment for TrueNAS. I'm probably going to go away from TrueNAS. I should have put part 1 in this, but I can't now. Maybe I'll change it later. Maybe I can change it later. I'm definitely, and I'll probably like put these in like what do you call it? I'll put these in a playlist. I know tutorials are cool and people love them, and I'm not a tutorial guy. I can do like some basic tutorial. I'm better at explaining shit and showing people, I guess, in person than I am just doing a tutorial video. It might be a me thing. It might be a skill issue. Could be a skill issue. Could be a me issue. Could be pee pee poo poo issue. Whatever. But we're gonna be installing Forgio. So I have my DNS server set up. I have my backup snapshot. So when you look at Proxmox's cluster storage, backup definitely matter. Backups matter. Backups are based and cool. So maybe I'll do a whole section just on backing up, and I just kind of haven't really figured it out. I've looked into some cloud options that are okay-ish, but that allow some form of encryption. And I would make these backups kind of small. Now I'm going to set up another server, and that will be my Proxmox. It'll be on spinning Rust, as they say, the platters disk. And that's kind of interesting how slow I don't know, apparently I've been privileged. I spin up a VM now with I have 10 gig networking, and I'm running everything on MVEs on my cluster. I've been very privileged because I'm like, oh, setting up a Ubuntu server doesn't take that long. And now when I do it on straight MVE drives, it's fucking blazingly fast. So I never want to go back to solid state drives. So I don't even want to go back to fucking hard drives, even though they're the best capacity on the planet. Even with caching, I quite literally never want to do that again. I'm going to do Proxmox, though, on the backup server. It looks much more appealing than TrueNAS, which I can still install ZFS anyways. So it looks like it doesn't really matter. Now, password manager, some people like to host their password manager. What's up, Wycleft? Where you disappeared to? Some people really enjoy TrueNAS. I've just found that it's kind of not a need I want. It's something I don't need. I don't want. I've used it for quite a long time now, and I feel like I'm not going to be able to have the biggest benefit. So I'm going to delete my TrueNAS, tear down my TrueNAS server, and I'm going to have a Unify NAS that's just a NAS, and that's what I want. I don't really like the idea of having the NAS with all the apps and all the bloat and all the user. It's cool. People like it. I've done it. I've done it with Synology. I've done it with TerraMaster. I've done it with a plethora of devices. I don't want to anymore. I just don't. It's too much bloat. If you're gonna self-host a password manager like Bitwarden, why don't you just? That's what I'm saying. I just use Keep. Some people like doing the problem is Bitwarden requires SSL, so you have to get your SSL certificates on your internal network. I don't plan on. I've self-hosted Bitwarden. It was not fun. I don't care to have syncing all the time. I don't change or update passwords as often as I don't think anyone does. So I just use KeePass and I sync. I need a good syncing method. Right now, SyncThing is having they did some kind of shady stuff that I'm not a fan of. I might be overblown with it. KeePass can find with yeah, of course. I just use KeePass. I like it. I sync it across my devices locally. Between profiles and Graphene OS is pretty easy. SyncThing is just did some shady stuff, so I'm just not a fan right now. I did VaultWarden at one point. I've done a couple. I liked Passbolt. Passbolt was kind of nice. It's just not necessary for me. PairPass looks cool. Are you still on Void? Yeah, of course. Void Enjoyer for life. PairPass look cool, but the problem with PairPass is it's backed and owned by Tether. I don't like Tether as a company. They're kind of shady, and their privacy policies with their password manager make me uncomfortable. Due to the fact that they said that if they get acquired, the data that do collect can do as what they want. These things can change. I'm just not a fan of it. How do you get Brave? I use the non-free. I have a non-free repository. I'm actually consider doing this as well. If you're not aware, I would love to get this set up. It's called Pulp. Pulp repository. This is cool. It's an open source project that makes it easy for developers to fetch, upload, organize, distribute software packages on-prem or in the cloud. I hope that it's not Flatpak. No. But their Flatpak is, I think, signed now. I think their Flatpak's verified in I believe that was the Flatpak issues. You can just with Void you can get non-official repos and you can just or you can build from source. I've built from source before. Non-free repos, not non-official. You can get it from. I think there was an XPBS template for Brave floating around somewhere. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yes, and it's a bad thing. Yeah, the Flatpak issue is like non-verified packages. I think that was the big problem. But I think Brave is verified now on Flatpak. I think it's fine now. I think there was an XPBS template for Brave floating around somewhere. Oh, okay. I'm not entirely sure. To be honest. Also, I love your rage bait on Twitter. Keep it up. I don't know who you are on Twitter, so I will keep it up. Maybe it's best that I don't. Or maybe you just follow me. You can. I mean, I guess you can find me on Knitter if you use Knitter. But this is called Pulp. It's an open source project that makes it for you can host your own local repo, like your own mirror, and pull from it. And that's the cool thing about Void is like you actually don't need this. Void has a strong community of hosting your own repository locally within your system that you can point to that will pull from it and it will mirror. People say it's very storage intensive, but it's like 40 gigs. That's not really that much, to be honest. Now RAM is huge. You got to conserve RAM. Right now I have, with my nodes, with my quorum, where is it? Summary. I have 89 gigs of RAM. Like, it makes things way easier to make. Still love the Gen 2. Yeah. I do like Void. The only thing I ran into was a repo issue that got out of sync, and Jesus Christ. My biggest only issue with Void was fighting the repos. So I had to and then figure out changing your DNS server is a fucking annoying. That's another one. But with Proxmox, I'm going to be adding more nodes as I go. Just switch mirrors. I did. I switched mirrors a couple times, and I kept running into a problem. It wouldn't resolve. It was like an error, but I found out what the issue was. It was an NTP issue. It was a time issue, along with an internet issue and something else that I can't really explain, but I fixed it by deleting the entire mirrors, all the mirrors, re-adding them, rebooting my PC, and going into my server. My main Void machine, I just hooked it up to Outbound, which allowed DNSSEC, or you can just change its... Yeah. You can change it in the etc resolve config, but there's something you have to do to change it. That doesn't allow you natively to change it. It doesn't give you... It says permission not allowed. I forget which... I think you have to go into actual root to do it or something. It's been a minute since I've done it. Wouldn't give DNSSEC though. Huh, interesting. So just use... Yeah. I'm using Tectinium DNS. I'm running my own recursive authoritative DNS server in my internal network now. So just use. Oh, guys, hear me out. We launched not FF behind in gvisor. I would, yeah. I'd like to check out gvisor. I'm not entirely sure how to set it up, but it'd be awesome. So, but first we're gonna mk directory. Oh, I guess git. The crazy thing is, I actually set up. It's using Chrome OS. You should look at Crow's VM. It's written in Rust, and it's a non-traditional VM. Ooh, based. Russ mentioned, guys. Now I will say that so 4Geo is kind of cool. So before I left to what I had to do earlier today, I was like, how fast can I install Docker? Docker. What do you call it? Docker. And then, what's the name? Portainer. I did Docker, Portainer, and then Libre Speed because I don't like using outside speed sources for a lot of reasons. Kind of funny, I did it less than 6 minutes, and I was like, wow, this was really fast. And I'm like, wow, I have never been so blessed with 10 gig internet, 10 gig networking, and NVMe storage. Use Podman or Kubernetes. Docker is cringe. I love Docker. What do you? Fuck you. I don't need to use Kubernetes. I will be setting up a Kubernetes cluster later, but I like Docker, and I've used Kubernetes, used K3s, used K8s. I've used what's the one that's made by I've used what's the fucking Rancher. I've set up clusters, and I'm like, I don't fucking need this. But I will eventually set it up for some very critical services that I rely on. A lot of the stuff that I have such a good. The thing is, I have such a good backup policy that I don't care unless my house gets missile striked from directly from Israel or China. I'm kind of solid. Use 9front. 9fronts. No, actually, I have Fortnite. I have Fortnite as my gateway, and I'm running everything on Raspberry Pis publicly facing the internet. But definitely, Fortnite gateway, best router ever made. I like Kubernetes. Actually, there's a Kubernetes thing I want to check out. Someone popped on stream and pointed out. A really cool way to set up Kubernetes, no headache. So that will be kind of cool. I'll probably set it up somewhere on Proxmox. Proxmox is just I prefer LXC containers than Docker, to be honest. I like LXC containers more than anything. Yesterday, I was searching up and scrolling on Knitter when someone account said something like, "You should use Xiaomi because there is no." That's funny. What the fuck? Huh. The fuck is this? There we go. I hate that sound. What does the server run? I hate this sound. What sound? What does the server run? My server? Right now, it's running Titanium DNS server in high availability mode. So it's like my DNS resolver locally. Another YouTube exclusive stream. Did the cat meow yet? No, not yet, Billy. He's retarded. And then I'm gonna be adding to it. No, I meant the OS. Oh, what is the OS on my server? It's Ubuntu. It's all internal, so I don't care. Ubuntu is just easier and faster and more efficient. I might put some very specific sensitive services on like Alpine, but that'd be really about it. Oh yeah, I forgot I gotta like hit quit. Alpine is more efficient and smaller than Ubuntu. Yeah, of course it is. Ubuntu ain't efficient. It's efficient. Ubuntu is efficient for a lot of tutorials. Void containers when. Who said that? Dude, crazy. Cache OS is making a server OS. And I wanted to comment on this and been like, bro, Arch already exists. We don't need this. They're making an OS for like NASA's. Oh, I need to find the tweet. It's hilarious. I was like, this is terrible. I hate this. But where's Forge? 192.168.1. What's my IP of this? Oh, 232. Uptime Kuma 3000. There we go. Forge. Cache OS has custom kernels with optimization. Compiling a custom kernel in Gen 2 with all the performance flags. I just don't fucking like Cache OS. It was just an ass experience. All right. Which database should I pick, guys? SQLite3, or MySQL? Instant slogan. Big retards. Code in the dark. Yeah, that's fine. Files tracked by git lfs will be stored directly. Leave empty to disable. Users to run as git. Catchy OS versus Mint with customized Zen kernel. March native. It's funny. Okay, administrator account settings. Install Virgil. You cannot disable use yourself without creating administrator. Okay. Only instant administration will be able to create users. It's highly recommended to keep it as a system. Let's do Fed 12. Versus Gen 2 kernel with a bunch of patches applied from 4-star repo. Email address, admin. Password 123456. Your Twitter rage bait is so good that people sometimes believe it. Oh, that's definitely true. Never. The thing is, like, people take Twitter way too serious versus Linux Xeon kernel, Xbox 360 Linux kernel. I didn't know that, actually. People take Twitter way too serious, though. They it's like they live there. I was like reading your rage bait root tweet, and some account replied saying they switched from graphene. Oh my god! Oh yeah, that that one was actually crazy. I forgot why I posted that too. To be completely honest, I think it was out of pure, like, people are actually going to believe. No, it's because of what was going on with France. Because Graphene OS was pulling out of OVH for obviously a lot of reasons. It's not just that the RAM prices are making me go insane that I'm starting to conserve RAM now. That's why I have 86 gigs of RAM, man. Me buying my laptop a year ago, me buying my laptop 2 months ago with 64 gigs of RAM. Me happy that I bought my laptop a couple months ago with 64 gigs of RAM. They aren't. I think though, MacBook prices stayed the same after RAM price increase. Fellas, is it time to buy? No, Jesus Christ. I got RAM sticks laying around everywhere, seeing now a 32 grid. Yo, dog, you got a gold mine just chilling in your fucking the pit. Little stick with my ThinkPad and a Dell laptop. Thank you. Yeah, my Nova Custom. I don't regret buying it now. The RAM prices are like half the cost of this now. It's actually bonkers. All right, issues, pull request at 12. We need to make a new repo. Explore. Oh, the fuck is going on? Oh, new repo, new repository. Yeah. This is gonna be my awesome list. Glowing stack. YouTube censored me saying I can't look at Elon's version of meta threads without signing into an account that does not exist. Now, if you hate taxes so much, why don't you just migrate to Switzerland? As far as I know, I'm American, so don't expect much. Switzerland has less freedom. It depends. It depends on what your definition of freedom is. Switzerland is doing some major L's with Czech. Europe is not looking good. Switzerland has like gun freedom, but I think you have to do mandatory training as an example. Actually, Switzerland doesn't even have the best gun policy. The best gun policies is the Czech Republic and Austria. It's kind of expensive. It's expensive to Europeans, but if you want to own firearms and conceal carry, Czech Republic allows you to. You have to pass a proficiency test. You have to pay a boatload of money and then do it. Which, if you are talking about better, that's better than the fucking UK. Let's put it that way. People can say like, oh, it's authoritarian and that's not freedom, it's a permission slip, but whatever, it's not the point. You can legally own a firearm in Austria and Czech Republic, but you do have to pass the precision. Most of Europe is fucked, but it's not the first countries in Europe has been fucked. Yeah, of course. If I were to, Switzerland, it's more freedom than America. It's more freedom than America, huh? It depends. In Switzerland, you are not allowed to conceal carry, which I kind of disagree with. I think you should be able to conceal carry. I think you should be able to carry a gun on you, just like you should be able to carry a knife on you, just like you should be able to carry whatever. Most of Europe gun laws are better than U.S., which leads to less gun-related crimes. Sure, I mean, their gun laws are. Well, not all. This is my view on gun ownership. I equate it to talking from pro-gun sim. Yeah, I'm pro-gun. America has a unique problem that I don't know what's going to solve it. People think they have the answer, but there's no real answer. People say it's mental health. Well, mental health isn't the problem. I won't say my perspective, so you can't de-anonymize me. That's funny. My perspective generally on gun policy is that I think people should be allowed to defend themselves with the tools that are available at them that other people can get and obtain, This is no different than pro-gun, huh? If you're pro-gun, why don't you let me buy a fully armed helicopter? You should be able to buy a fully armed helicopter. I actually think everyone should be able to buy a fully armed helicopter. That'd be fucking sick. You're talking to the wrong person. Actually, there's a lot of things you can own that are completely legal. You can own a grenade launcher. There's no law against owning a grenade launcher. It's the ammo that becomes the. You can get a fully ready to use grenade launcher. You can own a tank. It's got to be demilitarized, obviously. I think people should be able to own tanks. I don't see an issue with it. If people can financially afford something, who cares? Do I think people are going to go out and fucking buy tanks? No. But I want to be able to use a grenade. Does demilitarized mean they throw a Molotov on it? Yeah. Molotov on it? No, you just can't have, like, it loaded and shit. Which is kind of gay, actually. I want to be able to use a tank, guys. Just look, if my tax dollars can use money towards tanks to bomb other countries, why can't I own one? Oh, wait. Why is it red? The files screw up recently was in sale. Yeah. I'm not... Dude, come on. Come on, man. Fandoms are better at redacting things than the government. Come on. Anyone who thought that this administration was going to do anything with the Epstein files, anyone who... Look, if the last administration didn't do it, and this administration didn't fucking care, is covering it up, not shocked. It had to be a whistleblower that did it. Yeah, I think it was. Let's do glowing my awesome glows. Oh, I saw template. No, that's not it. Issue label license. Remember the license. The perfect one is 0 BSD license. Anyone can do whatever they want with it. README. Default branch main. Ooh. There we go. And this repository is created. Yes, there was a theory that some guy internationally screwed up. It probably was. Part of it could have been an accident. The other part is like someone probably is like, I don't feel morally good about doing this. RAM prices are like fucking insane because people wanted to generate AI slop images of tongue shut. Yeah, for real. RAM prices are insane because people wanted to use Grok and make goon videos that they could of their high school teacher and crush. Look, you need to care about shareholder value. All right, now that I have fucking Big baller. Okay, this is bin. All right. We're gonna make another. So mkdir. You would do that, but do you Monero Chan instead? True. He uses sudo. I'm not using doas, man. I need to switch to doas, actually. We'll do it right now. I'll switch to doas. I think the package is named OpenDuas, yeah. By the way, on Linux, you're not using any OpenBSD code when you're using their software? Oh, really? That's funny. I don't know how to mask app admin sudo in void Linux, though. I always keep it masked. Oh, I gotta... after installation, configure doas by editing the doas config file. Use su to access... Okay. Equals run it is an init system. I don't think the init system would be one masking the package, but okay. Oh, I thought you meant. Huh. That would be disabling them. When are you gonna switch to Chromium? God, never. I'll kill myself. Oh, system link. Finally use to replace sudo with doas. To make sudo commands work seamlessly with doas, create an alias in your shell. Alias sudo equals doas. He's already on Chromium. Brave browser is bait. Just make your own browser. What are you using Chromium? Well, you're using Chromium now, right now. Yeah, but I would never use like Chrome OS. Oh, dude. After installation, configure doas by editing the command. Use su to promote modification. Huh. Is this gonna just open nano? Oh. A basic configuration will allow the wheel group to run. Oh. I didn't mean Chrome. Oh. I said Chromium, the browser. Oh. Well, I use Brave. Type the thing in there. Oh. I'm retarded. A basic configuration allows the members of the wheel group to run commands. Root password without prompt can be set with. Yeah, so this. Permit root. This allows persistent privileges for the group, meaning that the password is not required for subset command sections for specific commands such as permit is my config. Permit no pass. This allows persistent privileges for the group, meaning that the password is not required for subset commands with session. For specific commands such as system updates, you can add rules like this. Interesting. Maybe I could just do this. Tax C. Oh, this allows maybe after editing ensure the configuration persist is a risk, but it's convenient. Look, we risk it, man. Root etc do as config. C 0644. Huge risk, but my password is also huge. Persist is a huge security risk. To verify the configuration, syntax runs sudo sudo next to do as. Tag big C etc do as config. Look, we test in production, man. My favorite Linux command, echo. What if someone made a privilege escalation tool called fed backdoor? Sudo does sudo nano portage make config. Hear me out, Chad. We use CVEs in Linux software to privilege escalate instead. Look, we test in production. To verify the configuration setting, okay. To make sudo commands work similarly with do as, create an alias in your shell. Yeah, alias. Now I put it. Are we going to ever get a stream where you stream from Graphene OS desktop mode? That'd be cool. It's apparently working right now. That's more efficient, and it is. It's apparently more efficient, but that'd be cool. A fishnet. It's like working now. I haven't tested it out since the update because I run alpha, and alpha can kind of be clunky, but I would like to. I should change it to. I know, very Debian thing to say, but why do you run alpha and not stable release? Because I like testing. I just like testing software. Gen 2, OpenSUS does rolling release way better than any other distro. Changed my mind. Gen 2. True! I've only messed around with OpenSUS a few times. Additionally, you can enable tab for completion. Do as xpbs install tacu. Okay. SU. All right, cool. OpenSUS is more leading edge. People just exaggerate how hard it is. Gen 2 is actually quite simple. I have testing kernel with stable libc C. All right, cool. Finally, to fully replace sudo with doas system wide, you can remove the sudo package and create a symbolic link from doas to sudo. Doas. The GNU virus. Look, if you run, what do you call it? If you run anything that isn't the Free Software Foundation approved, it's technically everything's a virus. I guess we can do doas xpbs remove sudo. In transition, bulk but it was just some error transaction due to unresolved dependencies. Okay. Did I run the before command? Yeah. I guess I can just keep doas. Let's run parabola and replicant, shall we? Yeah, for real. Guys, why am I really want to try Gen 2 Muso BusyBox, but I have to make my own stage 3. Should be pretty easy. You can't do BusyBox on Gen 2. Oh, for real? Yes, you can. Two Gen 2 users. Portage has a hard dependency on core utils. Two Gen 2 Gen 2 users fighting to prove who's right. Just replace core utils with slightly modified BusyBox builds in a local repo. Oh, it's really funny. Okay, so I have two asked funny. How is Portage going to work? Yeah, and what? Use viruses like Pac-Man? Ew, Rust. Utils would work, though. Simple, just don't use Portage. Portage, which is required by @system hard dependencies on the GNU core utils. Read the BusyBox. Simple, just use Portage. Would work, though. Ew, Rust. Yeah, and what? Use ew, Python. Python exists. Okay. I wonder why it won't remove sudo. Sudo is in transition, breaks install package based system. Error transition aborted. Both are POSIX. Does Toybox have better POSIX compatibility than should work fine unless there's bash isms? If you want something the most POSIX, then use SBase. The fuck is SBase? Guys, I don't know what I accidentally installed it on a system while trying to run it on a rooted environment and generally screwed up my system. Guys, I don't know what PostX is, and I'm too afraid to ask now. Okay. See, what was that fucking directory I made? See, S-Base is suckless core utils. Oh, okay. But I think you should use BusyBox or Toybase because both of them have ASCII Linux awareness. Oh, nice. What about BustBox? Is this a real thing? Why are these names? What are these names? Oh, okay. Do as. Okay. Do as. Okay. What the fuck was that? Oh, okay. No, not that. Where was I again? What about Debian Alchemist Shell Dash? I'm not entirely sure. No Bishmash, no bloat. Just do Toybox and Corn Shell. Trust me. That's also small. If you want to use a completely GNU free distro, just use Chimera or Alpine. Is this true? Gentoo will probably allow you to remove most GNU things, but it won't 100%. Oh, nice. Oh, fuck. I got that name so wrong. It's something French. Need to get water. Just use Sabotage Linux? No. You know what? It's true. Go beyond and use a more minimal kernel. Hell, why even use the Linux kernel? It's just it's bloated as fuck. I thought it was super tiny. Yeah, guys, why not just make your own kernel? Go beyond meat, and get the Linux kernel. My cat retarded for real. All right, forge. Okay. First, you need to do this. Oh yeah. What was it? What do I need to seed in? My awesome glowing dot files. I don't understand fucking dot files. I've never used them, and I don't know if I need to be completely honest. Corn shell takes a long time to compile. What about corn? Then use OK. What the fuck is OK Ash? What is all these fucking these shells, man? Okay. Oh wait, I made cd get. Sully sells seashells on the seashore. For reference, Bash takes 30 seconds to compile and Dash takes 18 seconds. If you add that up in a year, how much time are you saving? Then use OKS. Let's see. Okay. I already forgot. Man, I'm gonna have to clean my system later. Glow list. For minimal maxing, terms of compiler LLVM and GC are both bad. Use like TCC and SCC, but it only works with C. I have TCC installed. These guys are min-maxing. Get clone. Oh yeah, do as. There we go. My awesome stack. I compiled 6.8 kernel on 23 December of 2025. Based? Isn't it 2023? You should also compile your Linux kernel with most of the things you don't need. Remove probably OpenPack or Linux hardened patches for a good measure. Remove a bunch of modules you don't need. Trim it down. Yeah, I believe the... Linux Gen 2. Yeah, what is the most trimmed down version of Linux? Use a tinier implementation like TinyX or Xenoca and switch to Wayland. It's the lightest of my preference, and replace iSwim with DWM. I am not a fan of Xorg. I am a Wayland enjoyer. Tiny Core Linux is among the most minimal in web. Actually, guys, I prefer floating stacking window managers. That's because you don't have a wife to have sex with, Billy. It all makes sense now because you have all this time to have a floating window manager. So, guys, you're missing the point. Tiny Core Linux is among the most minimal and most based core edition, requiring about 11 megabytes of disk space and capable of running as little as 64 megabytes of RAM. If you want to conserve your RAM, Tiny Core is minimal indeed, but we need the most suckless and minimal max. God damn it, man. Okay. What is the most suckless? Damn! Motherfucker! I am safe from the great RAM shortage in the highest. That's got to be the name. That not the Great Depression. The Great RAM short is upon us. Oh, fuck. Me with hundreds of gigs of RAM. Flexing. For libc, okay. The most suckless and minimal Linux distro is typically those built around a minimalist stack linking and source-based compilation. Among these, KISS Linux is frequently highlighted as one of the most minimalist functioning distros, emphasizing simplicity, transparency in its design, and it uses a minimal toolchain and avoids unnecessary abstractions, making it high customizable, lightweight. Another strong contender is Alpine Linux, based, by the way, which uses Muso libc, and BusyBox, offering a small footprint and focus on security and simplicity, though is not as minimal as KISS or source-based Linux. Let's see, KISS. If I could spell it. Damn it! Not an FBI. How do you put it? Try not to have the shittiest keyboard challenge. Fuck you! How dare you! How dare you hurt my holy censorship? You must know that by now. I'm safe from the RAM. D-Bus is also blown. KISS Linux community repos have a bunch of patches and patches out. D-Bus out. Oh. You must apply these patches and remove D-Bus and then use a minimal window manager. Like, I actually like OpenBox. I'm an OpenBox enjoyer, guys. I've learned. I've become enlightened, as you would say. We are minimal maxing and LARPing, perhaps. Is a metadistro for the x86 architecture with a focus on simplicity and sustainable user freedom. Official repositories. Are there any floating stack window managers more minimal than ISW? Guys, you're splitting hairs at this point. Guys, can we save? Chat, can we save? Fluxbox is the king of minimal bloatware. Guys, we've hit the minimal maxing at the core. In terms of package managers, Portage is indeed bloated. Yeah, what's the what's the least bloated? The least bloated package manager is often considered to be Nix. Boo! God, fuck this shit. In terms of it uses Python, so you can use APK if you're making your own distro. Boo! It's very minimal. Boo! Nix is bloated. KISS, as far as I know, is under 1K lines. Postfix SH. I hate Nix. I honestly hate Nix. I used it and I was like, this is gay. I hate Nix fans too.
never gonna try next. For real, enough mini-maxing. We need to hardening maxing instead. Is that you deleting the chats? He deletes. He actually deletes the chats because he doesn't want YouTube to know. Okay, now that I'm in the glowing stack, I gotta do a get pull, get push. For the most extreme minimalism, Sabotage Linux is an experimental source-based distro that uses Musel, libc, and BusyBox with the most software statically linked, requiring a compiler for the package installation. Suckless from no user bin destroy system is ODing it. Look, Billy, you just need to install Sabotage Linux, a suckless from scratch. Do you need security advice? Because I can give out a lot. Billy doesn't understand security. He uses Gen 2. He runs everything. He runs everything as root, like Terry Davis would. Time to keylog you? Yeah, you use Xorg. It's already over for you. Need to switch to Zen Sarah, but there's no Gen 2 port of that. Make your own port. VGA, fuck Wayland. The text looks like it turned my DVI into VGA. Helping you out. Wayland is also more minimal. It's true. Wayland is actually kind of... I don't understand the fucking hate on Wayland. A statically linked system. I bet Wayland doesn't have iSwim. I bet it does, actually. That's the only thing that's keeping me away from it. We don't need that. We already have a compositor. Gen 2 versus Gen 2. Let's see. Kiss Linux. Okay. Zed. My awesome glowing stack. I tried Entanglement Wayland beta thing, but it's buggy. Interesting. I've never went that far, but also couldn't you just use Lab WC or something? Kiss Linux on GitHub. A meta distribution for the x86 architecture with a focus on simplicity, scalability, and user freedom. Wow. It's no longer maintained, guys. LabWC doesn't have a built-in taskbar like iSwim does, and I can't change the buttons to the left. Guys, Kiss Linux isn't fucking even maintained anymore. It's maintained. Oh, it's in Codeberg? God damn it! Codeberg, okay, so whatever. Alright, I need to lock in again. I need to remember words. It's hijacked. True. Is it over, bros? Privacy Tools is glowing. Bro, Privacy Tools was glowing a long time ago. Where have you been? PrivaSec Dev doesn't have any article updates other than banking. Has his own blog. I do have a blog. It's not good yet. It's not complete. Is it over? It's not bros anymore. It's bros. Privacy tool, dude. Privacy Tools has been glowing forever. This is why Privacy Guides even happened. They're fucking us just a sponsorship, guys. Do. What if Median is not FBI honeypot? That'd be funny. That'd be hilarious. That'd be really funny, actually. Writes blog, disappears, comes back as YouTuber. Medinian is oddly close to made. New conspiracy theory unlocked. True. Name Forger Beyond Code. Okay. FJ. Okay. What did I do again? I made something in Markdown. No, I opened up a code. My awesome glowing stack. Let's remove what the fuck you have gone web installed for? You have GNOME web? What do you mean? Tor project is kind of more focused.
I gotta like copy this. Do 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 do. Open file.
Man, what the fuck? This was like 9 years ago. Tor project is kind of more focused. They had Android hardening guide, but that was back when the Copperhead and Crowder era. That was like 9 years ago. Tor project is obviously focused on Tor. Yeah, but I need general security and privacy sites. Was he just singing the Master of Puppets riff? Like something like PrivacySec Dev or... Yeah, I guess. Or the Slipknot song. Bam, 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 bam.
I got a print working directory. It is under downloads, glow list, my awesome stack. Oh, there it is. Damn it. Do 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 do. No, not file. I need to open a folder. Oopsies. Downloads. Glow list. My awesome glow stack. New file? Hell yeah. Trust me. You have to use Okayish. Where is Okayish Gen 2 package? I love Corn Shell. It's the perfect mix of Bash and QOL and something other shell. Okay. Fuck. Okay. We'll save. OS. Uh-oh. God, I'm gonna have to review your guys' comments. I don't know. We'll just call this a stack. Ooh. Not respected. D-stack? Motherfuckers don't want me to know. I guess touch. Oh. Do as? Motherfuckers.
Damn it! Permission didn't. I'm gonna fight the permissions, man. We should rename System T to Shitstorm AD. For real.
Damn you, internet. I'll have to figure out that later. OS. Sudo nano?
But it's not exactly usable.
Okay.
That exploded. Ex Libre. What software has been the most forked of forks besides X? If you see Linux install using Xlibra, I'm gonna never talk to you again. For real. I might want to try them. If you see...
Ooh.
I might want to try it then. Dude, Bill, if you're just gonna full on minimal max, just make your own Linux system from scratch.
Oh, that's what it was. Oh, shit.
I'm gonna head out too. Nearly 100 minutes mark. See ya later, Billy. I'm the only one that liked this stream though.
That's true. That's true. All people need to like the stream.
Or they'll be visited
By the feds.
literally goes. Now I feel, yeah.
Appreciate y'all guys. Thank you for stopping. Thank you for stopping by.
Damn.
Oh! Damn, the hiccups got me. Oh! Oh! Alright guys, I appreciate y'all stopping by. I've given an hour and 51 minutes of my time and so much beer and so much Linux love and mini maxing hate and enjoy. I will see you guys all in the next video. Make sure you comment on the comment bar so that YouTube knows that I am a real person and that I love all their policies. I have no disagreements with them. They're very based and cool. And make sure to feed your snail. If you don't, you're going to have a bad 2026 year. I appreciate y'all.